You got spirit, kid. You got spirit, kid. It's from Coheed and Cambria album, The Color Before the Sun, drops October the 9th of 2015. This is already making headlines for a couple of different reasons, not only just because it's a brand new Coheed and Cambria track and the first official song that we've gotten from this album, but it's also based around the fact that The Color Before the Sun is slated to be the band's first non-conceptual release of their career. So for the first time, we're not going to be getting a chapter from the Amory Wars saga. We're not going to be getting any sort of concept on this disc. This is just going to be a flat-out vanilla Coheed and Cambria album, which is going to seem really, really strange by comparison whenever this one drops in October. But let's talk about the song real fast. You got Spirit Kid. It's about a 4-minute long track, and the first thing that a lot of people will probably think about whenever they hear this album, and I thought about it as well, I thought about the late 1990s and the early 2000s. It's one of those anthems that definitely really populated a lot of parties. It's one of those anthems that seem to really, it emanates the spirit and the ideal of really that sort of turn of the tides, or that turn of the clock idea, almost like you'd see this at or hear this at a graduation party, or just a regular party to celebrate the ending of a school year, either that or to signify passage. And whenever you think about You Got Spirit Kid, you think a little bit about high school, you think about cheerleader squads, you think about spirit squads, you think about really all of the cliques and the different things that you see in those environments. I think a lot about a lot of late 1990s movies. I think about any movie that involves a big party that needs a pretty anthemic track in order to really circle it and sort of provide the backdrop. And this is one that seems like it would fit the bill kind of nicely. It does have some moments where it also reminds me, and this is mainly vocally, and also with some of the pop Rush music you've heard from the 1980s, it would be a nice combined effort and a nice combined little influence. And that's an influence that Coheed has already possessed and always kind of had. But this is one that also kind of derives a little bit more from taking the idea that a lot of bands perfected and sort of beaten to the ground in the 2000s as well. And, you know, I'm thinking of groups along the lines of the Fall Out Boys of the world, and kind of slowing it down, giving it a little bit more time to really breathe, a little bit more room to grow, taking something that's very simplistic whenever it comes to the riff pattern, and letting it sort of air out and just fill up the room. And that's what You Got Spirit Kid really is able to accomplish, and it accomplishes it fairly well. This is a track that I think whenever you put it together with the remainder of their discography is going to really seem out of place, and then whenever the remainder of this album comes out and none of it really matches up considering it's non-conceptual, it will feel a bit out of place, but that's going to be a huge determining factor as to how quantifiable of writers that Coheed and Cambria are. And I really think that they have a lot of good things going on. This is the one that definitely, it's spotlit mainly by Nobody Gives a Fuck About You, which is in the chorus of the track itself, and it's one that seems morbidly direct. It's one that seems extremely direct for a band that's traditionally telling a story as opposed to just kind of imparting a situation upon us through musical lyrics. So this may come off to a lot of people as a bit simplistic, a bit traditional or typical-minded, one where it's almost like putting yourself in the mindset of somebody of that style of youth and really having the simplicity really do the talking, which will irritate some, I know that. But I think overall, the delivery of this line is what makes it work. It's something where it's delivered very nonchalantly. It's not delivered as necessarily a focal point. It's not something that's being shouted or growled. It's not something that's being used in order to illuminate this. It's actually more so of just a real catty and snide, you know, comment about it, and it's a truth, you know, in reality, nobody does give a fuck about you. You are the one that has to care about you, you know, and then you, of course, you develop some great connections along the way. I like this song. I think this song is going to fit kind of well, especially in live settings. I think this is one that will get a lot of people ramped up. I know a lot of people are excited about this song. It's just it's very unique to hear this from the band. I'm more so excited to hear how this works in context to the remainder of the album, because even though it's non-conceptual, where this track is placed and how the remainder of the songs that surround it are will go a long way to determine whether or not this is a style that certainly suits the band. It definitely appears like it has the potential. But what did you guys think about this? What did you guys think about You Got Spirit, Kid? Am I the only one that got weird vibes to like Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy just by the title name? And that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was a little worried. Let me know what you think about the track, what you think about this album being Non-Conceptual coming out on October the 9th. Just let me know in the comments below. And it's good to be back. I've been gone for a couple days after the 24-hour marathon that we did. It's good to be back. I'll be talking with you guys again really soon, so definitely stay tuned.